Welcome back, everybody. It's Specs, and today we are going to be talking about my Week 7 match against the Pokemon Gogoats, aka Kuda. Without further ado, let's just hop right into the team builder and look at what type of threats we're dealing with from Kuda. So, the first thing we got up here, his round 1 pick is Zeraora, and before I go into the traits of this mon, I just gotta say that I was robbed. I was robbed. I wasn't actually robbed, but God, I really wanted Zeraora when we were first drafting, and then Kuda comes in with his earlier picking time than me, and then he just comes in, takes Zeraora, and with that he takes my dreams. But you know what? You just gotta deal with it sometimes. You just gotta deal with these pieces of shit. Okay, no. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. But yeah. Needless to say, I really wanted Zeraora, but these things don't work out. Let's just move on. Okay, so Zeraora, definitely really good. Which is why I wanted to draft it. But anyway, yeah, it was really good. 143 base speed means it's the fastest mon, period. I don't consider Ninjask to be viable. So yeah, basically the fastest viable mon in this league and in general. So outspeeding Dragon Pulp is humongous plus. I don't have Dragon Pulp, but if someone did, definitely could be used to their advantage. So yeah, 143 base speed, very good, and yeah. His attacking stats are also very solid. 112 attack, 102 special attack. Definitely not something to laugh at. And yeah, I don't know. Voltasorb is a very good ability. It gets it another way to get into the field. Because, Zeraora is pretty frail. You don't generally want to switch it into stuff. But, if you predict that electric move, you can come in safely and start screwing shit over. So yeah, let's talk about its moves, and its move pull is very, very good. First off, it's got both bulk up and calm mind, so it can set up on both sides of the spectrum, and it's got amazing coverage. It's got it's got electric type moves, but it's got grass, fighting, dark, steel, dragon, fairy, fighting. Oh my God, it's got so many damn moves. Yeah, so Zeraora is definitely not something to underrate. It's crazy. It's crazy good. So, yeah, I have to keep an eye out for that. I kind of was just expecting a Calm Mind Zeraora from me because I have a Sassy Toad, and Grass Knot definitely screws me over. And in general, I think a special Zeraora would do very well against my team. Calm Minding Up will allow him to at least stave off my Chandelure a little bit, and then Toad dies Grass Knot after boosted especially, and my team doesn't really have a good electric resist outside of Roserade and Sassy Toad. Although you can't really deal with Roserade necessarily. Okay, it doesn't have Psychic or anything like that, but still. I mean, all he has to do is remove one Pokemon before this thing sweeps. Come on, that's not hard to do. So yeah, Zeraora is a very scary mon. Let's go on to Mamoswine. The Mamoswine is definitely an amazing Pokemon, I gotta say. Ground Ice is very, very good for offensive stabs. With Earthquake and Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, but also Ice Shard. I can't spell. Goddamn. Okay, there we go. So Earthquake, Icicle Crash, very, very threatening stab combination to switch into. Ice Shard even allows it to outspeed stuff that normally would try to beat it, especially dragons. And with its humongous attack stat and usually boosted by Life Orb or Choice Band, most of those dragons are not going to want to stay in, even if they are faster. Then another cool thing that it has is Stealth Rock, set up rocks. It's really good at setting up rocks too, because this thing can force switches really well. So yeah, but another interesting thing it has is Freeze Dry. Freeze Dry is very, very scary for me because if this Mamoswine's Mamoswine does really well against Toad, generally speaking, unless it's Scarf, I guess, in which case my Toad gets 3-hit KO'd instead of 2-hit KO'd. Like, you know, like Mamoswine could run Freeze Dry, and then suddenly my Toad just falls over very, very quickly due to the 4 times weakness to Freeze Dry. So yeah, Mamoswine is definitely very scary. Yeah. Celebi. This thing might not be too scary, especially in terms of appearance, but it is scary in terms of how versatile it can be. Base 100 in all stats basically means it can run whatever type of set it wants already, but that coupled with the amazing move pool means it can run whatever you want. Its versatility is on par with Mew, which Mew can learn like pretty much every single move in the game. So yeah, I mean, Celebi is definitely something to watch out for. You can run like first off, you can run offensive sets. It gets Swords Dance and it gets Nasty Plot and Calm Mind. So you can run both, physical and special offensive sweeping sets. You can run utility. It's got T-Wave and Toxic, which already makes it good. It gets Recover, it gets Trick, so you can do like Trick Scarf. It gets Stealth Rock too, which is very amazing. Setting up those rocks. Also gets Greens if you wanted to try something with that. And yeah, this thing can be a pain in the ass. It's pretty good. So yeah, main problem with it is like, this typing isn't all that great, but like, it's still really bulky and it can take a lot of U-turns in the game, just not something like Scizors. But like, I guess you still want to take a U-turn with Celebi in general, but like in a pinch, if you need to, it can take most like non-stab U-turns pretty well, just because of how bulky it is with the 100 in all stats. So yeah, Celebi is definitely a threat. Okay, Grimmsnarl. Yeah, Grimmsnarl is pretty scary, and for the reasons you would usually think, it's got screens, and it is. Yeah, it's probably the best screen setter in the game at the moment. I would say it's better than Alolan Ninetales because, well, actually I don't know. That's a discussion for another day. Yeah, screens is pretty damn good. Especially with Prankster, it's it can get these screens up with priority. So yeah, Grimmsnarl is definitely it's very good at screen setting. And I mean, like, it's got good base attack. So like, if you wanted to, you could run like a setup set with bulk up. I have seen that on the ladder, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, and it's got as I said, decent stats overall. It got screens, and it's got a lot of good. Utility moves. It's got Taunt and T-Wave, which are very good. And Spirit Break is a pretty cool signature move that allows you to beat special attackers. It's like, yeah, that's sign me up, Yeah, so this mod is very annoying, and yeah, it's really damn scary. Next we got Crawdaunt. Crawdaunt is just that raw power, bro. 120 attack might not seem that great, but then you just remember it has adaptability and it all goes out the roof, man. Like a freaking banded Crabhammer with adaptability boosted, adamant nature. Like, oh my god, this Crawdaunt is very, very, very scary. That combined with knockoff means Seismitoad cannot wall this thing for free. So yeah, another scary set would be like a Swords Dance or Dragon Dance set. Yeah, this is scary as hell. Gotta watch out for it. Another mod is Noivern. Got amazing speed tier. 123 is pretty nice, and 97 special attack it's decent. Usually you run something like heavy duty boots because this thing gets defogged. Yeah, so with heavy duty boots, it allows it to switch in and defog pretty freely, and due to its natural speed and decent special attack, it can ward off a good amount of stealth rockers. So, or like just hazard setters in the game. It's got a good coverage too. Hurricane, Flamethrower is already pretty good. You got Draco Meteor, stuff like that. It's got a good move pool. It's got defog. And it's also got Roost. So yeah, definitely something not to underrate. All right, so let's look at the other 5 that he has. So let's start with Doublade. Doublade is pretty good. With Eviolite, this thing is very, very bulky on the physical side. Very hard to kill on the physical side. The special side, pretty damn lacking. 49 speed F, like, but like, and its speed is also bad. But like, with how good it is on the EV, how good it is with on the physical side, it's definitely not something to underrate. Its low speed also helps it with gyro ball shenanigans, and it also has shadow sneak to help it with that speed issue. So yeah, Doublade, pretty good, pretty solid physical attacker too. Base 110 attack, very nice, and Steel Ghost fighting coverage is pretty much all you need with this thing, and it's got Sword Stance, so yeah. Might be a little bit worse than Aegislash overall, but it's got good qualities going for it. Next up, Colossal. So Colossal is pretty threatening in terms of hazards. It's very good at hazard control, basically. You got Stealth Rock, you got Spikes, but you also have hazard removal on this in terms of Rapid Spin. So yeah, this thing is very good at hazard control in general. Its Fire Rock typing might be a little bit lacking, allowing it to get 4 hit. It's 4 times weak to ground and water, obviously, but it's good at setting up hazards, and it can remove. So like, maybe not good at setting hazards, but it has a lot of hazards. It's got hazard control. Definitely not something to underrate though. Yeah, it's okay strong too. So you can run a bunch of like Overheat. I don't know. Yeah, but you got Lava Plume, I didn't even know it got Scald. Jesus, that's pretty cool. Yeah, but you got Lava Plume, you got Scald, you got Wisp. It's got some decent utility moves, so like, yeah, it's pretty good. Next up we got Why Not. This is a good like 1-for-1 Pokemon. Especially since Shadow Tag is allowed in our games, so that's pretty good. You can switch in and then kill something else, and then maybe try the Destiny Bond to kill the next Pokemon that comes in, So like, Why Not is a pretty good mod. Sorry about that. Yeah, so Why Not's pretty good in terms of that, at least. Unfortunately for it, my team is not super Shadow Tag weak necessarily. Like, if he obviously can't switch it on my Chandelure or stuff like that. My Helios can like Volt Switch out and stuff. Like, I got ways to counteract the Shadow Tag part of it. But like, like this spawn is very solid at 1v1s. So yeah. Sock, it's decent. Decent speed stat for a Scarfer. And good at base attack as well. You can run. I've seen like 1v1 sets with like Sturdy Counter, which I think is actually pretty neat tech. And just in general, you got Close Combat, you got Poison Jab to hit fairies, Earthquake. Yeah, so I think it's okay. I just it's not super amazing. And the last we got Haunter. So Haunter is kind of worse Gengar. It's worse Gengar in the fact that, basically all of its stats are worse, but, it still has Levitate, unlike its evolved counterpart. So, you got that going for it. Still has access to the moves that Gengar has, so, it does not have Nasty Plot. I did not know that. It does not have the moves that its counterpart does. So, well, I mean, you still got... It's still strong, though. I honestly thought it had Nice Spot. What? Wait, are you kidding? I thought it had Nice Spot. Okay, I guess not. But, Sludge Wave, that Shadow Ball is pretty good. Giga Drain from Isaiah to freaking, I guess, Dark Pulse from a Chandelure. Yeah, it's got good moves, but unfortunately for it, it's pretty damn frail. And, I mean, it does pressure by Clef, which is a good trait, but... look at those defensive stats. It's pretty easy to knock out, I guess. So yeah. So that was his team in general, and let's just take a quick look at mine before we go into the battle. So we got Clef, running my basic bitch Clef sets. Let's go. So we got that Wish, Protect, Teleport, Moonblast shit. Oh my god, I'm boring myself just talking about it. Oh, but wait, there's a little bit of a mix-up. I have max defense instead of max def. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, I need to run more heat clef sets. Hopefully, I can do that next week or something. Who knows? But yeah, so very, very standard clef set. I made a max defense because he has a lot more physical threats on his team. Oh, yeah. Conk. Yeah. Conk is just your standard stuff. Drain Punch, Mach Punch, Knockoff. I decided to put Defog because I am not really happy about having to deal with screens, so that's why I brought Defog. I didn't really need Facade, so yeah. Max attack, obviously, and I put enough speed to, I think, outspeed max speed Doublade. I don't think it would ever run that, but like just in case, you know. So yeah. So I'm missing EVs. What? What? Why did I? Where'd these 16 EVs go? Okay, whatever. By the way, the battle already happened, so like, what? Okay, I didn't even notice when I was team building. Okay, anyway, I have Reno Berry to deal with a Grass Knot from Zeraora. This is kind of just meant to beat Zeraora in a 1v1 scenario. Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Knockoff Scald. Earthquake will 2-hit KO Zeraora. It will 1-hit KO if... It will 1-hit KO if I'm... God, I'm blanking. 1-hit KO if rocks are up. Yes. Oh my god. Sorry about that. Knockoff is for... you know, stuff like knocking up Doublade, ZB-Light, and stuff like that. Scald is for Mamoswine. So, you know, pretty standard, as I just said, all good things considered. Revile, I ran this, you know, max attack. I had to run plus speed nature this time because of Noivern. I ran just enough to outspeed it, and then I put the rest in the Spadef. Very standard High School Crash, knockoff, Ice Shard, and I have Brick Break to break the screens from Grimmsnarl, excuse me. So, next we have Chandelure, just a very standard Chandelure set. It's a Scarf Chandelure with max attack, max special attack, max speed, sorry. Fire Blast, Flamethrower, Energy Ball, Shadow Ball. I didn't really feel like I needed Trick this time around, so yeah, I just ran Energy Ball. Roserade, this is pretty cool. It's a max HP and enough speed to outspeed Mamoswine, max speed Mamoswine. And I have the rest put into special attack. I have Sleep Powder Spikes, which are pretty standard. And then I got Shadow Ball and Dazzling Gleam because that gives me the best overall coverage on his team. You know, it hits stuff like Doublade really well over Shadow Ball. And I have Dazzling Gleam to still hit Grimmsnarl. So, yeah. That's my team. And I will catch you guys with the replay in a hot second. And we're back. Alright, so... looking at the matchup, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so this is I mostly got what he was trying to bring here. You know, he's got, you know, the Zeraora, the Mamoswine, the Grimmsnarl, Celebi, obviously. He brought Doublade and Haunter. Over, what did I think? Crawdon and Noivern. So, yeah, that was pretty interesting. Yeah. And so, looking at the lead, Roserade, I just thought would be very, very good overall. You know, I got Sleep Powder to put anything to sleep that's slower than me besides Celebi. I have Spikes. Yeah, and I was kind of expecting Grimmsnarl to lead here, so I wanted to go into my Roserade and scare that out with the possibility of Sludge Bomb and Sleep Powder. So, let's just get into it. I get the lead correct. And so it's just out into Doublade, and I go ahead and Sleep Powder it. You know, pretty standard stuff. I was hoping that Grimmsnarl had Taunt, and it turns out it didn't. So yeah, that was nice for me, and I was able to get the Shadow Ball off of this Doublade. And it's a 2-hit KO, but after it didn't matter. I go hit the Shadow Ball on the Mamoswine as he switches in. Obviously, I can't really stay out on it because I don't have an Energy Ball or anything like that to hit the Mamoswine. So I go into my Clef just to sponge the hit. He goes for Earthquake. It does quite a bit. That damage indicates to me, though, that he's not Scarf. I mean, not Choice Band or Life Orb. I mean, obviously, I would have seen if it was Life Orb. But, you know, he's not Choice Band either. Which is good because that thing will break my team 5 ways to Sunday. So yeah. Haunter comes in on my clef. I just wish, I throw up a wish, and then I go into Roserade here because this Roserade is max HP, so I can kind of deal with Haunter in a sense. I mean, I wasn't really expecting it, but if he did, I just felt like Roserade would have been better max HP regardless. So yeah, I just go into Roserade here. He goes to Dazzle. I'm assuming that he thought that I was gonna bring my Weavile. I mean, I don't think I would ever bring Weavile in directly on a Haunter because that thing has a lot of ways to hit me. So I don't know, but yeah, I just bring in the Roserade. I just go for sleep. I don't go for Sleep Power. I think I go for Shadow Ball. Yeah. I go for Shadow Ball. He sacks his Doublade there. And now I can Sleep Powder again if I want to, but he goes to Celebi, so I have to switch out. I go directly into Chandelure. I've noticed from his replays that his Celebis are almost always rocks, so I was kind of expecting him to throw up rocks here, and that's what he did. And I went to Chandelure because I felt like that gave me like a very good position overall. I mean, Weavile also would have done the same thing, honestly, but I didn't want to like get chased out by a Scarfmon, really, necessarily. Or, because I was expecting like a Scarf Mamoswine, right? Or I missed something like that. So I just went to Chandelure to do my stuff. Go for the Fire Blast. It does a bit. I go into Roserade here to, assumingly, while he sets up screens, goes for Bulk Up, interestingly enough. So he was actually a Bulk Up set. Pretty fire. Goes for Rest and eats his Chesto Berry. I go for Sleep Powder here. I miss. But I am able to get the Sleep Powder off again. He went for the attacking move there, and I have no idea what it was. What it is. Well, I don't know what it was anyway. So anyway, he wakes up immediately, unfortunately for him, and he goes to Sleep Talk. Sorry about that. I mean, that sucks. I go for Dazzle, obviously, because I want to hit it. He goes for Bulk Up again. I'm just Dazzling Gleaming. I'm just trying to kill this thing, because I 3-hit KO this thing, so as long as it doesn't get too lucky with the Sleep Talks, then I will smash him. He goes to Sleep Talk, gets Rest, and I will go for Dazzling Gleam again. He has to switch out at that point, otherwise he's gonna die. He goes to Haunter, and on the Dazzling Gleam again. And I think I just go for Shadow Ball again. No, I don't. I go for Sleep Powder, right? Yeah, I go for Sleep Powder. Yeah, because I was just like, I want to see what this Haunter does. I knew I was giving him the possibility of setting up sub, but like, my Roserade wasn't super important at this point. Like, it did deal with Grimmsnarl and stuff. Like, it's able to deal with stuff. But I was just like, I just want to see what this thing does, right? So I'm just gonna Sleep Powder it. So he goes to Destiny Bond there. Okay, I was not predicting that at all. Yeah, if I Shadow Balled there, he would have knocked me out. So props from me for being stupid. I don't know. Yeah, so I go for Shadow Ball on this Celebi switching, and yeah, Shadow Ball's doing quite a bit. At this point, I'm just going for Spadef drops. I'm trying to drop that thing down. Unfortunately, I don't get it, and he's able to recover back up all the way, pretty much. Well, he's gonna recover back up here. Yep, and then I just keep going for it, and then I noticed that he SDs here, so. Yeah, his Celebi in the past, again, I was looking through his replays. SD was a baton pass set. He honestly did like a baton pass set with a Celebi, so I was just like, okay, well, this is bad. I'm going to go to Weavile, and I'm going to try to hope he gets greedy and SDs again so I can scare the Celebi out. Unfortunately, he actually baton passes this turn, and he goes straight into the Zero Aura. At this point, I don't really... Yes, I can bring a Toad. It should be pretty free. But I was like, I don't want him predicting me to go to Toad and then Grass Knotting me. So I was like, screw it. I'm just going to Ice Shard here and I'm going to get my chip. That way I can bring my Toad in and then I can for sure 1v1 it without fail. So Ice Shard does a bunch. He goes for Plasma Fist, and obviously that knocks me out. Yeah, so Toad comes in and it's mostly free to go to Earthquake, but he has a Haunter, so nice play on him, going into the Haunter. So I go for Roserade here on the Shadow Ball. It does quite a bit, but I will not get 2-hit KO'd. So I go for the Shadow Ball again, and yeah. So He goes for the sleep talk, trying to get that move that he has. I have no idea what it is. I wanted to guess it was Spirit Break. Yeah, it probably was Spirit Break, in all things considered. It might have been like False Surrender or something like that, but I don't know. Anyway, Grimmsnarl goes down to the Dazzling Gleam, and at this point he brings in the Mammoth to revenge killing the Ice Shard. JK, I live on 1 health, and I'm able to set up my spikes. So Roserade actually put in a lot of work this game. So yeah, he got 2 kills and was able to get a spike up. So yeah, really amazing. I go to Conk here. Yeah, and I catch the Haunter on the knockoff. It was pretty obvious he was going to Haunter, but I feel like he had no other choice but to hope I choke and go for a Drain Punch. Because, like look at his team and look at Nog. Like, it's so free. And, like, I know that Mammoth isn't going to do too much damage to me because it's not, it's not an attack. He doesn't have an attack boosting item on him. So, it's not going to do too much. I have a good amount of HP on my Conk. So, yeah, wasn't really expecting, I don't know. I knocked there because, like, I felt like I could, and I didn't really, need to do anything about it. So, Hunter dies on the knock. Turned out to be Scarf. Pretty interesting. Get my Flame Orb activated. He goes Celebi. I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna knock off here. Does a lot. And then I realize he's forced to recover here, so I go straight to my Chandelure on the recover. And also, I mean, like, the Chandelure cannot get... Celebi has no attacks, so, I mean, I'm free to go whatever I want on the Celebi. I can go to Toad if I wanted to. So, yeah, I go to Chandelure, and I did some calcs. That Celebi has, like, not a lot of special defense, so I'm just going to spam Flamethrower, because that's pretty damn free against this team. Celebi dies. I don't think the crit mattered. Amosai comes in. He turns out to be Endure Selactberry, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately for him, I win the speed tie on the next turn, and he goes down. And last is Zero Aura, which definitely cannot win. So, yeah, I killed the Zero Aura anyway. So, yeah, pretty good 4-0 for me overall. Conkeldurr did not do much this game. He just kind of sat there. Well, I mean, most of my Pokemon kind of just sat there. Like Sazatoad and Conk only got 1 move off. Clef just also got 1 move off. Yeah, I mean, like, the big stars this round were Chandelure and Roserade. Roserade did a lot more than I was expecting it to. I was just kind of using it to screw over the Grimmsnarl and then set up some spikes and stuff. But, like, it got 2 kills. I mean, pretty impressive. Chandelure also, came out with that late game clean. So, overall, pretty great showing from these two. So, yeah. I guess some stats for after this battle. I am at plus 17, only dropping 1 game so far. And my Conk is like 3rd on the leaderboards now because, so basically, top 3 on the leaderboards is my Conkeldurr at 3rd, and then we got Haxorus at 2nd with like 1 more kill than the Conkeldurr has right now. And I think they've already played their week 8 match, so I should be able to take it back. Take back 2nd place at least, but 1st place is Dragapult with plus 23. It just went on a tear on the apparently. Yeah, I mean, well, Dragapult is really, really good, so I mean, what can you do, I guess? But yeah, I don't think Conkeldurr is ever gonna get back that kill leader spot because of that Dragapult, but I'm fine with that. So yeah, GG's to Kuda, and next week we will be covering my match against Woodsy Noctowl. So stay tuned. Be sure to like, subscribe, share. I don't know. Do whatever you want. See ya.